Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse review. This time I got the gold label 2-pack of Kilowag and Kyle Rayner Green Lantern, which was an Amazon exclusive. Retails for $69.99, $70, and I actually received this on Easter of all days. I thought that was kind of funny, but I pre-ordered this a while ago and I'm glad to finally have it in hand. Let's go ahead and start off with their accessories. There's quite a few. Now, both figures come with a stand. I don't have Kilowog on his stand because he really doesn't need it. He's got big enough feet, he can support himself. So that stand will go in the pile. They both come with a trading card, of course. Take a look at that. One thing to note is that Kilowog has the white gloves on the image, whereas the figure has the black gloves, which kind of annoyed by that. And then there's the back of the cards. If you want to take a moment to read those, go ahead and pause now. I'll add those to my little booklet. All right, now all of their accessories. Let's go on to the ones they can actually hold or use. So first of all, Kyle, he comes with an alternate right hand, which is a fist, so you can do some lantern poses like Kilowog up there. So that's good. I probably won't be using that hand. I kind of like having him with his weapons here. His weapons, he comes with a katana, which is a reuse from the original gold label release of this version of Kyle, but in a new color. And same thing with this sword here. This sword also came in the Atrocitus build of Figure Wave, but in the lighter green color. And also the lantern battery here, which is again in a darker green color. Appreciate that. And lastly, from the gold label release, but again in a new color, we have the samurai armor that has the lantern logo on it. And he just fell off of his stand. That's great. Kilowog, he only comes with 2 accessories. He comes with his lantern battery here. Should have had it that way. Oh well. And it's nice and thick. One thing to note is that you can see there's like a big square hole there. They basically did that to save some money on plastic, but if this was a fully just solid green piece rather than being translucent green, it wouldn't be as noticeable and I think would look better. It doesn't bother me all that much, but like when you put a lot of light up to it or look at it up close, that's when I start to be like, maybe they should have filled this out or fully painted it. And lastly, Kilowog comes with a very nice looking hammer construct, but again, you can see that they cut out some plastic in the middle there. This one isn't as bad unless you look at it from the top. From the top, it's very noticeable. From the side, it's not too bad, and I can live with it. Anyway, that's all of their accessories. Before we take a look at the figures, I want to do a quick look at the box. They did not come with a figure stand, like a display stand, like other 2-packs did. Let me turn off my light real quick so you can see the background here. You can get an idea. It's kind of like a galaxy background with Mogo in the back. I do wish that the card and bases weren't attached to it because it'd be a really nice backdrop. But unfortunately, the card backdrops there. It's very noticeable and I hate that. So I'll probably just be throwing it out. But there's that side of the box. There's that side of the box. Back, of course, is just the art cards. And the bottom has the barcode, but it's an Amazon exclusive. I don't know why you would need that. All right, let's go ahead and get these 2 in frame again. And we can actually take a look at them. I'm going to start with Kyle since he's pretty much all reused, which is fine with me. The only difference between this Kyle and the gold label one is that this one has the, I would say, more accurate color scheme. The old one, the gold label, had a color scheme that was similar to this green color, which I still like this green color, but having the darker green, I don't know, I think I'm leaning towards this now. In any case, I like both colors of green. But yeah, this one is based off of the gold label release and has the more traditionally known Kyle Rayner look, I would say, other than White Lantern Kyle, which I'm still hoping for. Come on, Todd. Anyway, so for this release, they did change the gauntlets and the boots from the the first Kyle. These ones are all smooth. These ones have that kind of I guess militaristic kind of look to them. But he's got some elbow pads and some knee pads. They have some nice, just general texturing on it. The hands are different as well compared to the first release of Kyle. The ankles on camera, they look a little bit darker. In person, they're closer to the actual color. They are still a little dark, but yeah, I mean, that's Kyle. Not too much to see here. One thing to note is that the Green Lantern logo here, I can't tell if it's printed too far to the right or if the the white square here is printed too far to the left. So I'm leaning towards the logo being printed too far to the right. So I do have a QC issue there. Ooh, let me fix that. Hit the camera stand. All right. But yeah, it is an unfortunate QC issue, but it's not something that really bothers me. It's not even that noticeable unless you're like really scrutinizing it. But good figure. Pretty much all reuse, which is fine. It's in the appropriate color scheme. All right, now for Kilowag, I'm gonna have to pan this up. There we go. So Kilowag, he's a tall boy. He's you know what? I'm just gonna bring him in early. Here he is next to Atrocitus to give you a scale idea. They're about the same height, I would say. Like, it's very much they're the same height. And Kilowog, though, he is much bigger than Atrocitus. Like, he is heavy compared to Atrocitus. Like, Atrocitus, there's a lot there, but like Atrocitus is angry that he isn't the biggest Green Lantern figure that Mcfarlane's made. But great to see these two next to each other. We'll bring Atrocitus back later in the review. Yep, he just fell over. I do like this Kilowog. I think they did a mostly good job here. Most notably, I think the face. That was the important thing that they needed to get right, and they did. They even have little teeth in there, and they painted them, which I do like. His eyes are red, and they have like a reddish shadow around them. I do like that a lot as well. They got his features nice. There's a wash on this pinkish plastic, and he's got just like a giant ass liver spot underneath his left ear. I don't know why they did that. And he's got like two big ones on the back of his head. I'm pretty sure that that's just a figure-to-figure basis thing with that wash that they did. And they even did it on the underside here too with the wash. So I do appreciate that they added that. Speaking of washes, it looks like they dry brushed a lime green color on the torso, midsection, crotch piece, and the side of the gauntlets. And there's like maybe just a touch of it on the shoulders and the front of the boots. But on the back, the figure is just completely green. They didn't add any of that dry brush to any of the back, which that's kind of annoying, at least to me. I wish that they either didn't have it or they just fully completed it, but I don't know. On camera, it's not as noticeable, but in person, it's definitely noticeable. The crotch piece here, the green, is actually brighter than these two greens, which that does annoy me. I think that the lighter green that they used for the dry brushing makes it even more noticeable. So again, that's another reason why I don't pretty much like that inclusion. The lantern ring here, sculpted, and it's painted very nicely in this metallic green color. They did a good job there. One thing I wanted to point out about the gauntlets, since they're here, is that they're not actually symmetrical. For some reason, there's like a lip over here, like where the gauntlet stops, but then there's more plastic. I mean, I might just sand that down and smooth it out so that it looks more uniform with the other one. It's just a very strange design choice there with this side. I guess we can go into articulation now. So he can't really look up at all, but he can look down a decent amount. And of course, it's on a 360 there. His arm, nice and good movement there. Of course, that can spin. And then he's got the the bicep swivel. He only has a single jointed elbow, no swivel there, unfortunate. And, he's got the standard articulation in the hands as well. All right, let's look at this ab crunch. Let's see how good it is. Honestly, it could be worse. Could be worse. But let's check out the back. Back is always better on the Mcfarlane figures. I don't get it. I think it's just how they mold the figures, but that's not too bad. And of course, since both of those are on ball joints, you can individually move both of those sections. And pretty freely, too. They don't seem to get in the way of each other, like at all. So I do like that. Let's see. Let's check the legs out here. Ooh, did you hear that? Snappy. And of course, it does deform the crotch piece, so don't leave it in this pose for too long if you do. Doesn't have a lot of back. The forward is almost non-existent. You can get a little bit, but you'll have to, work on the crotch piece here. He's got the double jointed knees. He can almost kick his own ass. He's close, like a finger digit distance there. And yes, he does have the swivel at the ankle, but he doesn't have an ankle or a boot rotation, which also kind of sucks. Speaking of thigh swivel, you can get maybe a little bit, but nothing too extraordinary. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Anyway, let's go ahead and push them next to each other, and I'll reframe the shot. All right, I think that's pretty good. All right, now we can do some size comparisons. So Kyle here, he stands at, I'd say, just over 7¼ inches tall. On camera, it looks like 7.5, but it's definitely just over 7¼ And Kilowag here, he should be, yep, just about 9 inches tall, about the same height as Atrocitus. Speaking of, let's go ahead and bring Atrocitus in here, since we're going to use him for all of the size comparisons anyway. Stick him right back there. There you go. Speaking of lantern villains, let's go ahead and grab Sinestro while we're at it. This is looking good. And since I already showed him earlier, here's Kyle, the Atrocitus Build-A-Figure version. And the only other two lanterns I have, we got Green Lantern Batman and Yellow Lantern Batman. I do plan on getting the upcoming Hal Jordan and John Stewart released figures, the digital, and the Plastic Man Build-A-Figure wave. So expect those reviews sometime when I get those. But for right now, my lanterns are finally getting fleshed out. For the longest time, I only had Kyle and Atrocitus and the Black Lanterns. But, really glad that this display is starting to shape up. But let's go ahead and get out of the way these characters. And of course, like I said, we're keeping Atrocitus in there for now. But let's see how these two look next to some other figures from some other lines. But first, let's grab our black and white gold label Batman, Arkham City. Let's get our wrestling figures in here. AW Unrivaled Samoa Joe. He's at an angle. That's better. We got the WWE Mattel Elite 100 John Cena. Last 7-inch scale line, we got the Halo Spartan Yoroi from the Spartan Collection. And our 6-inch lines from Hasbro, G.I. Joe Classified, Tiger Force Outback, Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Dino Thunder Black. And we got, of course, the Tobey Maguire. I blanked on his name for a second. Tobey Maguire, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man action figure from Marvel Legends. But this 2-pack is great. It's currently available on Amazon. You can just buy it. $70, is that a good price? To me, it was. If you think that Kilowag is $40, then that would make Kyle 30, or 25 and 45. But I honestly don't think that 70 was all that bad of a price. It does feel like there's a $10 upcharge, but if you really want this pack, I would get it as soon as you can. Otherwise, wait for a sale. $60 would be a fantastic price for this, and if you see it for $10 off, I would absolutely recommend getting this 2-pack. I don't think you'll be disappointed, especially with Kilowog. Kilowog here, I could see them with the parts that they used on him, at least, all of the legs and all of the torso here, reusing it as our Kilo, because this Green Lantern logo is just printed on. It's not molded on. So, I wish Todd and his team would, lean more into that, where you can reuse parts for upcoming figures. I think that's kind of what they did with Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, but to me, it just shows that, they care about the line going forward and are very smart about reusing the parts. Because lately it's just been Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, and John Kent Superman reused bodies. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below who your favorite Green Lantern character is, or your favorite Lantern character in general. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the bell. It all helps out the channel. And as always, peace.